Hey there, wonderful people! Have you ever looked up at the sky and imagined a bird so grand, so impossibly elegant, that it could glide across entire oceans without ever needing to flap its wings? Well, that bird is not a fantasy. It is very real, and it is one of the most breathtaking creatures to ever grace our planet. Today, we are going to talk about the albatross. Before we dive into this incredible journey, do me a quick favor, tap that like button, and if you have not already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Trust me, you will want to stick around for this one. Now, let us set the stage. Picture the open ocean, thousands of miles from the nearest coastline. The water stretches endlessly in every direction, deep blue and churning with powerful swells. Most creatures would find this environment impossibly hostile, a vast desert of salt water with no shelter and no rest. Yet above those waves, cutting through fierce winds with a grace that borders on the miraculous, you will find the albatross. This is not just any bird. This is one of the largest flying creatures alive today, a true monarch of the open skies. And every detail of its existence speaks to the genius of the creator who fashioned it for a life unlike any other. The albatross belongs to the family Diomedeidae, a group of seabirds that have roamed the oceans for millions of years. There are roughly 22 recognized species, ranging from smaller varieties to the legendary wandering albatross, which holds the record for the longest wingspan of any living bird. We are talking about wings that stretch over 11 feet from tip to tip. Imagine standing with your arms outstretched and then doubling that reach. That is the scale we are dealing with. The Almighty designed those wings not for brute power, but for something far more elegant, effortless endurance. The albatross has mastered a technique called dynamic soaring, one of the most brilliant flight strategies in the entire animal kingdom. Instead of burning energy by flapping constantly, the albatross uses differences in wind speed at various altitudes above the ocean surface. Close to the water, friction slows the wind down. Higher up, it blows faster. The albatross climbs into faster wind to gain speed, then sweeps back down toward the surface, converting that speed into forward momentum. It repeats this cycle endlessly, rising and dipping, tracing invisible roller coasters in the air. An albatross can travel hundreds of miles in a single day while barely moving its wings at all. Some individuals have been tracked covering staggering distances. The divine maker engineered every feather, every bone, and every tendon in those magnificent wings to exploit the physics of wind and gravity with astonishing precision. Let us talk about those wings in more detail, because they truly are masterpieces of design. The bones are hollow, reinforced with internal struts that provide incredible strength without adding unnecessary weight. The wing is long and narrow, an aerodynamic shape known as a high aspect ratio wing. Engineers who design gliders have studied this exact shape because it minimizes drag and maximizes lift. The albatross arrived at this design long before any human engineer put pencil to paper, a testament to the masterful designer who created it with perfect forethought. The leading edge of the wing is stiff and precise, while the trailing feathers adjust subtly to changing air currents, giving the bird a level of flight control that modern aircraft can only approximate with complex computer systems. But flight is just one part of the story. These birds spend the vast majority of their lives at sea, and their bodies are equipped with adaptations that make oceanic life remarkably comfortable. One of the most fascinating features is the salt gland, located just above the eyes. Because the albatross drinks seawater and eats salt-saturated prey, it needs a way to expel excess sodium. The salt gland filters the blood and concentrates salt into a solution that drips out through the nostrils. If you have ever seen an albatross up close, you might notice a droplet forming at the tip of its beak. That is the salt gland at work, a vital piece of engineering from the all-knowing creator, ensuring the bird thrives in an environment that would dehydrate most other creatures. The diet of the albatross is as varied as the ocean itself. These birds feed primarily on squid, fish, and krill, often hunting at the surface or making shallow dives to snatch prey from just beneath the waves. Some species are also remarkably skilled scavengers, following fishing boats to pick up discarded catch. Their sense of smell is remarkably acute, which is quite unusual among birds. Most avian species rely heavily on vision, but the albatross has developed olfactory abilities that allow it to detect food from astonishing distances across the open water. The Supreme Maker granted them this extraordinary sense as yet another tool for survival in an environment where meals can be scattered across thousands of square miles of featureless ocean. Let us consider just how far these birds travel during their lifetimes. An albatross can live for decades, with some individuals reaching 60 years or more. Over the course of such a long life, a single bird may fly millions of miles, roughly equivalent to flying to the moon and back several times. They circumnavigate the globe, riding powerful westerly winds of the Southern Ocean in great sweeping loops around the planet. They know no borders, no boundaries. The entire ocean is their domain, and they navigate it with an internal compass that remains not fully understood. The all-wise Creator embedded within them navigational instincts so precise that they can locate a tiny island in a vast featureless sea after months of wandering. The physical appearance of the albatross adds to its mystique. Most species sport plumage in elegant combinations of white, black, brown, and gray. The wandering albatross displays a stunning white body with black-tipped wings that seem to stretch toward infinity. Their faces are marked by large, soulful eyes that give them an expression of quiet wisdom, and their beaks are strong and hooked, perfectly shaped for grasping slippery prey. There is a dignity to the albatross that has captivated sailors for centuries. In maritime tradition, the albatross has long been regarded as a symbol of good luck and a guardian spirit of the sea. Whether or not you believe in such omens, there is something undeniably special about encountering one of these birds soaring against a backdrop of endless blue. Unfortunately, the story of the albatross is not without shadows. Many species face serious threats from human activities. Longline fishing, in which vast lines studded with baited hooks are trailed behind vessels, poses a deadly risk. Albatrosses, attracted by the bait, can become hooked and dragged beneath the surface. Plastic pollution is another growing menace. These birds sometimes mistake floating debris for food, ingesting pieces that block their digestive systems or poison them. Climate change is altering wind patterns and ocean currents that albatrosses depend on for flight. Conservation efforts are underway worldwide, including bird-safe fishing practices and international agreements to protect habitats. The work is urgent because losing even one species would mean losing a living masterpiece shaped by the originator into something extraordinary. There is also something deeply moving about the social lives of albatrosses. These are not solitary creatures. They form bonds that last a lifetime, returning year after year to the same partner with a fidelity that is both rare and touching. Their greeting rituals are elaborate, involving synchronized dances, bill clacking, and gentle preening. These displays are expressions of connection and recognition, a language of movement that strengthens the bond between two individuals who may have spent months apart on opposite sides of the ocean. The fashioner instilled in them a capacity for loyalty that resonates with our own human values. When an albatross returns to land, it visits remote, windswept islands where colonies gather. These islands become bustling communities filled with the sounds of hundreds of birds. On solid ground, the albatross loses some of its aerial grace, waddling on webbed feet designed more for swimming than walking. But even this ungainliness has charm, a reminder that every creature has its element, and for the albatross, that element is the sky. The Lord placed these colonies on isolated islands, far from terrestrial predators, granting the birds a precious measure of safety. As we bring this wonderful journey to a close, take a moment to appreciate the sheer wonder of this bird. The albatross is not merely an animal. It is a living testament to the boundless creativity and wisdom of divine providence. From the physics-defying efficiency of its wings to the salt-filtering gland above its eyes, from its navigational instincts to the deep bonds it forms, every aspect of the albatross tells a story of intentional, magnificent design. In a world that often moves too fast, the albatross invites us to slow down, to look up, and to marvel at the incredible tapestry of life surrounding us. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel more than you might think. If you are not yet subscribed, now is the perfect time to join our growing community. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you are always the first to know when a new video drops. I would absolutely love to hear from you, so leave a comment down below telling me what you found most fascinating about the albatross, or let me know which creature you would like us to explore next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.